This is Anthony with True Diamond Heart, continuing our video series, Love, Truth. The last two videos, this is a continuing series. We're up to, I think, video 13, but the last two and this one here are kind of three related videos, so it might help you to go back to the two videos ago on the True Diamond Heart YouTube channel. Watch that first, and then watch the last one before this, and then watch this one. But this will hold on its own as well. Everything holds on its own. It's just they're all holographic. Everything is holographic when it comes to spirituality, because the truth is held in every piece, and every piece reflects the entirety. Okay. The personality, we've spoken about the falseness of the held personality, of the relative personality. Now, is that to say that as I move deeper into the truth and I start to release and let go of my absolute identification with, now let's face it, there's a certain way the skin, that the light reflects off this skin. There's a certain body type I have certain features that make me, my voice is deeper than it would be if I didn't have those, if I had more estrogen and less testosterone and so forth. There are physical facts. I'm a certain height. I was born in a certain country, right? Countries change, but I was born in a certain, I have a national, all these different characteristics are facts in this relative world, right? So what's the problem with identifying myself with those? There is no problem if I identify myself as those things without being personally identified. In other words, yes, I am of this skin color, of this height, of this eye color, of this face shape, of this hand shape, with this history, with this, I was born in this place, and I have these family people around me that have been in my family. I've had these friends that have come and gone. All of these things, I like this kind of food. I don't like that other kind of food as much, and so forth. Simple facts. Now, these within the realm of authenticity, when one is inside of authenticity, I don't want to say inauthenticity because it sounds like inauthentic. When one is within authenticity, one sees these things like a child, a little child. When the woman gets on wheels her wheelchair on the elevator, the child, the 2.5-year-old child says, "How come you have wheels on your chair?" Now, that there will be tremendous discomfort among the adults in there, because the adults the closer the adults are to spiritual maturity and emotional maturity, the more they understand that this is simply a statement of fact with absolutely no value judgment. There's no judgment on the person sitting in the chair. In fact, that person's probably quite a bit more interesting than the other people who this little child has seen. How many people has the child seen walking in that day? And now here's someone in a chair with wheels. Fascinating. No judgment. The person is not being judged or as who they ultimately are. Their essence is not being judged or even mentioned. It's a simple fact. How come your cheekbones look like that? How come you have wrinkles here? Who cares? These are simple facts. Within authenticity, there's piles of personality. The little child, the puppy, this tree, look at this tree carefully. Magnificent personality. There's no other tree ever again, ever anywhere, and this tree will not be the same in 3 days from now. It is a magnificent moment of frozen, brilliant, authentic personality. The tree's not holding it together. The tree is what the tree is. It's not that we're trying to not have personality. That's impossible. What we're simply doing is we're realizing that the holding together of identity is by definition inauthentic. Your identity is. If you sit in stillness and do absolutely nothing, your identity is diminished. In fact, your identity will become more obvious. The essential, unchanging essence of your identity. As we become adults, we start to move into spiritual and emotional maturity. We start to live into the essence that is shared among every being through all time. And living there, we realize there's nothing to compare. Notice how the relative identity we've spoken of as a false idol in the past video is something that we're always comparing to other people. It's a comparative, competitive, and very insecure place. The essence of who you are needs no defense because it simply is. simply is. You simply are. That's why I am is so powerful. Because it doesn't limit it by saying I am something. I am the essence of being. And how can I be any more or less than any other unadulterated essential being? Authenticity can be called the truth in manifestation. Authenticity can be called the truth in manifestation. We are here. To be authentic is to have nothing hidden. Notice how the false personality is always hiding things from itself and from other people, trying to hold together an image of what it thinks about itself and what it wants other people to think about it. Very insecure, very uneasy. Authenticity, all the tension leaves the body and the mind and the heart and the soul, and one simply is. Authenticity is truth. It's the manifestation of truth in all beings, except for human beings who have to relearn. We're not relearning authenticity. What we're doing is we're learning to let go of inauthenticity, because authenticity is always there under the how can I be? Where's the energy coming from to hold together the false idol of personality that we spoke of in the last? It's coming from the essence of true authentic self. It's just being drained and like a parasitically drained and misdirected. Stay with us. Stay with us. Clarity might be reached better by staying, in fact, it will be reached better by staying with a certain discipline and focus in your holy will, your H-O-L-Y and W-H-O-L-E, your entire will, and your holy, meaning sacred will. You have this power to pay attention to one thing. Notice how what you pay attention to is how your life is. If you're paying attention to sex, then your life is sex. There's a fellow I know who's been chasing women his whole life. And he just had a serious health crisis. He's in the hospital. The man's in his 70s. And I hadn't seen him for a while. I saw him again, and he's still, even though his body probably can't even really fulfill what his mind wants, what his habitual lusts are, he's still there. His mind, his focus, his attention. His holy, his sacred attention is just being drained off. And his life is not what he wants it to be. He's with depression, obviously, low-grade depression, anxiety, and unhappy. Now, we're going to strip away that which is draining and feeding off of our authentic energy. You are authentic. You just don't know it because the inauthenticity is bamboozling us. It's a mirror, hall and mirrors, smoke and mirrors. It's the illusion, it's the veil, it's the dance of Maya, of illusion. Nothing wrong with it. To some extent, we're enjoying it, right? But it's not where we belong. It's not our home. We're going home. Stay with us and stay focused. Stay focused on your journey, on your trip, on your ability. The fact that you are as powerful as any being that ever was in terms of your ability to focus and to make spiritual progress, emotional progress, and to move into the destiny of your perfection. Yeah, your perfection, where you feel amazing all the time and you're of service to yourself and to everybody. This is absolutely what your soul, what your heart is calling for. So your discipline and your focus, your decision to stay with something is how it's accomplished. See you soon.